All right, so you've got your construction company, and you're ready to really ramp things up online.
Who isn't these days? Right.
Yeah, exactly. And we're diving deep into Google Business Profile today
Yeah, your Google business profile.
because it's really, I mean, honestly, it's your digital storefront,
It
right?
really is. It's that handshake.
Yeah.
When you walk into you know, I imagine it like if the internet was this bustling street
Okay.
with storefronts and people walking down, and they're looking for what you offer.
Yeah,
And when was the last time you walked past the storefront and didn't form some sort of opinion?
totally. And especially with construction, right?
Yeah.
We're not talking about just like grabbing a coffee or a t-shirt here.
Yeah.
This is people's homes.
Big projects.
Huge GE investments.
Yeah.
So this article you shared, it really emphasized how Google Business Profile builds that trust, which is so crucial in this industry.
Oh, it's essential. And it's not just looking trustworthy either, right?
Right.
It's about being visible. When those potential clients are typing in construction companies near me,
Oh, 100%.
because let's face it, gone are the days of the yellow pages.
Right. Nobody's doing that.
Nobody.
And, it's funny you should mention that because just a couple months ago, I was looking for a plumber.
Okay.
And I swear, I saw the same company's Google profile on like 5 different searches.
Really?
It was almost spooky.
It's like they were following you around, huh?
It was wild. They had clearly nailed their online presence. It was impressive.
See, that's it right there. That's a well-optimized Google business profile in action. They figured it out.
Yeah, they're clearly doing something right.
They basically trained Google's algorithms to be like, hey, when someone in this area is looking for this, this is the company.
And you know what made me actually click on their profile? The photos. They weren't just stock images.
Yeah, yeah.
They had before and afters of bathroom remodels. Gorgeous.
Yeah.
And these really detailed shots of their pipework. It was impressive.
Yes. And that's the thing. For construction, high-quality photos, they're everything.
They're essential.
Think about it. It's like you're giving potential clients this virtual tour of your craftsmanship.
Oh, totally.
You're not just saying you do good work. They're seeing it.
Right. And speaking of visuals, the article mentioned Google Posts, which, I'll be honest,
Yeah.
I haven't quite wrapped my head around how to use them effectively.
Okay, so Google Posts. It's funny because a lot of people, they see it and they're like, what do I do with that?
Right. It's like a blank canvas, but I'm not an artist.
Exactly. Think of it like a mini blog, but it lives right on your profile.
Okay.
So for construction, you're showing, let's say, progress pics
Oh, I see.
of a current project.
Okay.
Foundations poured. Next up, framing.
So it's not just static information. You're keeping it fresh.
Exactly. You're giving people a reason to check back in and see what you're up to. And of course, Google eats that up.
All right. Got to keep Google happy. Okay. So that makes a lot more sense. Now, before we go any further down that road,
Yeah.
let's rewind a bit for those who might be just starting out with their Google business profile.
Back to basics.
So you've claimed your profile. Congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
You officially exist in the Googleverse.
Mm-hmm.
But now what?
Okay, so you've got your digital plot of land.
Yes.
Now you've got to build something on it.
Love it.
So first things first, you want to make sure that all that essential info, business name, address, phone number, all that is accurate and it's up to date.
Oh my gosh. You have no idea how frustrating it is to call a business during their listed hours
Oh, tell me about it.
and get this number is no longer in service.
Instant credibility killer.
Absolutely. Don't underestimate that.
And speaking of credibility, this is your chance to shine. Don't be shy. Let people know what makes your construction company stand out from the crowd. What are you really good at?
Right. Are you the green building gurus? Do you specialize in restoring historic properties? Let people know.
Yes. Because that's what's going to draw them in.
It's about painting that picture.
Yeah.
What's it like to work with you?
And while you're at it, sprinkle in those keywords.
Keywords, right.
Think about it like you're a potential client. What would you type into Google to find a company like yours?
Okay.
Custom home builders, sustainable construction, whatever fits.
Those become your little marketing gold mines.
Hidden in plain sight.
Yeah.
So now you've got this great profile set up.
It's looking good.
But how do you know if it's actually working?
Right. How do we measure success?
That's where Google Insights comes in.
Okay, so I'm picturing graphs and charts.
There's a few of those, yeah.
I love data, don't get me wrong, but how do we actually UE this stuff?
You wouldn't just imagine you build this incredible website, right?
Okay.
You wouldn't just launch it out there into the void and never look at it again, right?
No.
Google Insights is like, you get to peek behind the curtain. You see who's visiting, what they're clicking on, how long they're sticking around.
So if, let's say, hypothetically, I'm seeing tons of views on my company photos,
Mm-hmm.
but nobody's clicking that get a quote button.
Yeah, that's a huge GE red flag.
That's a sign like, hey, maybe we need to rethink that.
Yeah, maybe jazz it up a bit,
Yeah.
make it pop, or maybe it's, maybe it's hard to find. Who knows? Insights will tell you.
Or what if, I'm just throwing this out there,
Huh.
what if we're getting a lot of traffic for eco-friendly construction,
Okay, there you go.
but we've barely mentioned it?
That's telling you something.
It's like our audience is telling us without telling us, this is what we want.
They're saying, this is what we care about. Tell us more.
It's like having a conversation, but they don't even know we're listening.
Exactly. And that's the beauty of this stuff. You can adjust on the fly, see what's working and double down on it.
It's marketing, but smarter.
Right. Data-driven, for sure.
Yeah.
But, while we're talking about optimizing and all that,
Yeah.
you can't forget Google isn't everything.
Oh, interesting. I feel like, and then maybe this is just me, but it's so easy to get, laser focused on Google.
Tunnel vision.
Yes, that we forget there's a whole wide world of platforms out there.
A whole ecosystem. And depending on what you do, your ideal client might not even be hanging out on Google that much.
Okay, so where else should we be looking?
Well, that depends. Think about your ideal client. What are they into? Where do they spend their time online?
Okay, so if you're building those like super modern, eco-conscious homes,
Right.
Pinterest.
Pinterest, Instagram, those are your playgrounds.
Yes, all those stunning visuals, the minimalist kitchens, floor-to-ceiling windows, that's Instagram gold.
Exactly. And the beauty is you can tailor your content for each platform. So Instagram, it's all about the visuals.
Quick, eye-catching, beautiful.
Exactly. But Pinterest, you can get a little more in depth. You can share those how-to guides, link back to your website.
So it's like different outfits for different occasions.
Love that. Yeah, you always want to dress to impress, but what that looks like, it's going to change depending on where you are.
Right. You don't wear a suit to the beach.
Exactly. And just like with Google, it's not enough to just be there. You've got to be active, engaging.
So if we're targeting homeowners who are, let's say, super passionate about sustainability,
Yeah.
sharing tips on eco-friendly landscaping, energy-efficient renovations, that kind of thing.
There you go. Provide value, answer their questions before they even ask them. You become that go-to resource.
Right. It's not about the hard sell.
No.
It's about building those relationships.
Exactly. It's a long game, for sure. But, building trust, building a brand, it takes time.
It's like building a house.
Right.
You don't just slap on some paint and call it a day.
Exactly.
There's a process, a foundation. Speaking of foundations,
Yeah, I see what you did there.
let's circle back to reviews.
Yes, reviews.
Because in the construction world, those aren't just nice to haves, those are make or breaks.
They are huge. And, for a good reason, right? When you're talking about projects worth tens, hundreds of thousands of dollars.
People want to know you're the real deal.
Exactly. They want to see that other people have taken that leap of faith and that they were happy with the results.
It's like that friend recommendation.
Exactly. Word of mouth, but in the digital age. So how do you get those reviews?
Yeah. How do we encourage them? We can't just cross our fingers and hope for the best, right?
Well, first and foremost, make it easy.
Oh, okay.
After a project wraps up, send a quick email. Hey, loved working with you. If you have a minute, we'd love to hear your feedback. And make it easy to find. Direct link to your Google business profile, your website, wherever.
So don't bury the lead.
No, make it prominent. And hey, get a little creative. Maybe you offer a small discount on their next project or a donation to their favorite charity, whatever makes sense for your business.
I love that.
Yeah.
It shows them you value their time, you value their opinion.
Exactly. And remember, it's not just about getting those reviews, it's about how you respond, especially to the not so great ones.
The dreaded negative reviews.
Yeah.
Every business owner's nightmare.
Yeah, it's like that construction delay you were talking about earlier.
Right. The worst.
But you can't just ignore them.
That's what do you do?
You address them head on. But, and this is important, with grace, with professionalism.
So acknowledge the concern, apologize for the inconvenience, and if it's appropriate, offer to make it right.
Precisely. And you do all of that publicly so potential clients can see you're proactive, you're responsive, and you care about customer satisfaction.
It's about turning that negative into an opportunity. I like it.
Exactly. Okay, now let's switch gears for a second. Because beyond reviews, there's this whole other world of construction marketing that I think is often overlooked. Content marketing.
Content marketing. Okay. I hear that term thrown around a lot, Ara.
Yeah, and for good reason. But it can be a little,
Needy. a little vague.
Yeah, like what does that actually look like for a construction company, you know?
Give us the concrete.
Exactly. Think of it like this. What are the questions your ideal clients are typing into Google?
Okay.
What are their pain points, their worries, their aspirations?
Correct.
And how can you provide content that answers those questions?
So if I'm, let's say, a kitchen renovation specialist,
Yeah.
I could create a blog post, maybe a video even, called Top 10 Mistakes to Avoid When Remodeling Your Kitchen.
Ooh, clickbait? I'd click on that. See, and don't be afraid to get specific.
Oh, niche down.
Exactly. Don't just talk kitchen renovations.
Yeah.
What about choosing the right countertops for your lifestyle?
Or how to maximize storage in a small kitchen.
There you go. Speak to their specific needs, their dreams. You become that trusted advisor.
Not just the builder, but the expert.
Exactly. And the beauty of this content, it lives online forever.
Oh, it's not like a flyer that ends up in the recycling bin.
Exactly. It's working for you 24/7, attracting those ideal clients.
I love it. Okay, we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
Google business profiles, social media, content marketing.
Mm-hmm.
How do we tie this all together?
It can seem like a lot, right?
It can feel overwhelming. Like, where do I even start?
Start with the foundation. You've got your Google business profile, you're active on social media, you're creating killer content. Now what? It's all about consistency, really.
Okay.
It's like you wouldn't build a house and
Right.
then just never go back, right?
Or check for leaks. Never, yeah.
Exactly. You got to make sure the foundation's still solid, you know?
So it's like routine maintenance, but for our online presence.
Exactly. You're checking in on that Google business profile, making sure all that info is still current, responding to those reviews. It's like making sure the lights are on and the welcome mat is out.
So we're basically digital caretakers now.
Mm.
I can dig it. And while we're tidying up, Google Insights is there to tell us what's working and what's not.
It's true, yeah. Are people finding you through those keywords we talked about? Are certain photos grabbing their attention more than others? Google Insights, it's like having that X-ray vision into what your potential clients are really looking for.
I love that X-ray vision. Okay, so we've got all these tools, we're putting in the work, but at the end of the day, it all comes back to one thing, bringing in those clients, right?
That's what it's all about. And honestly, when you nail that Google business profile, when you're active and engaging on social media and you're putting out that valuable content, it's like you're creating this perfect storm of online visibility.
You're not just hoping people stumble across you, you're meeting them where they are, showing them what you're capable of.
Exactly. You're not just building houses, you're building a community. You're the expert they trust, the one they call when they're ready to make their dream home a reality.
And that's a powerful place to be.
It really is.
So for all of you listening out there, I hope you're feeling inspired. Building an online presence doesn't have to be this big, scary thing.
No, not at all. Just take it one step at a time.
Claim your Google business profile, give it some love, start experimenting. You might be surprised by what you can achieve.
And remember, we're here to help you every step of the way. So until next time.
Happy building.